Hi traders, welcome to my channel. I am Rajshekar. I hope you all are doing great. And before we begin, I thank you all watching the previous videos and supporting. And if you are watching this channel for the first time, please subscribe, like, share, and click on the notification bell for all the future updates. So let's start with Nifty review of the previous forecast for the last week and how did it play out with Nifty geometry, price cycles, and time cycles. So last week's summary was to avoid new longs at current market price and trail longs if long from 24th. This was 24th. And when we discussed about this, price was somewhere here. And shorts on confirmation based on 31st price close. And I had also mentioned it can turn out to be volatile and may create confusion till 6th. And shorts might not work too. I hope you all agree. So let's check how did market respect GAN analysis or GAN geometry or GAN levels. So I've shared two screens, price and time cycles on the left hand side and GAN geometry on the right hand side. So let's begin. So as per time cycle, from 24th to 17th, 31st was our first time level which triggered, and what did it do? In simple words, it halted the up move and got stuck in the past time zone, which was 5th. And now after 31st price closed, what happened? It was in the same range for the entire week without giving any direction for shorts or longs. Long anyways was not recommended as it was late and risk to reward was not in favor, and also in the past time zone resistance, which is 5th. And in the telegram during the live market, I gave a aggressive shot at around 2:30 on 31st based on intraday time levels, and we had a decent sell-off on 31st, and we decided to edge or carry with the stop loss at cost and some booked as well. Next day I was offline, and before I went offline I posted to exit shorts if it gets inside 31st low or hold shorts at cost. It's simple. If it gets inside 31st, it might try to touch 31st high. And also we had touched this level, which was 16,450 long-term bear cycle trigger. So this was the low, and it opened here, and we came and it opened as a gap up, and then we made a low, and then it came and closed here. So again there was no direction. Now how do we get the direction, positive or negative, and when should we hold the trade is an important question. Simple rule: after time prints price on the charts based on time, unless we stay below or above the low or the high, it's not a trade to be carried peacefully overnight. If negative, it should remain below the price low, and it should not come inside the time and price levels. If it does, then simply keep at cost or exit and wait for the next opportunity till the time high or a low is not triggered. If positive, it should stay above the low or stay above the high and continue to stay and sustain. So it's important, I'm repeating, once the time price high and low is marked, if it has to be positive, first thing it should not break the low, and second thing it should sustain above the high. If the low stays and if the high does not break, it might stay inside this. If the low breaks and if it does not sustain below, it might come back and it can stay inside this range, just like what happened last week. So in brief, I'll just quickly explain what happened last week and why we could not carry the short trade and what was the reason for closing the trade. See, after 31st, this 31st created high and low, and the next day there was a gap up and we were inside the low, and that was the reason I asked you to keep at cost or exit or edge. Now what happened after the gap up? It went down, made a low, took the support at 16450, which was long-term bear cycle trigger, and again it came back and closed almost near 31st. And the next day it opened here, again a gap down, which was below 31st. Now after the gap down, it went, took the support again it came back inside 31st, again it became bullish and it tried to come back till 31st high, but the previous time, which was 5th May low, stopped it. And after that, the next day, 3rd, it opened here, there was a gap up, and again there was a sell-off, failed to stay above the high, and again it was a sell-off. Now came back and took support at the open and close price of 31st. So this is a situation where you will not get any direction and it will turn out to be volatile and it can turn out to be choppy. Now even if there was no resistance here, price time resistance based on 5th, even then this could have happened. So what I'm trying to make you understand is, whenever there is high and low plotted on the charts, you should not assume just because it is high above high I will go long, or you should not assume it is below low I will go short. If you want to stay in the trade, you should keep track of this high and low, and the moment if it does not stay below this, then shorts will be in trouble, right? So the entire week it was staying inside this range. Now coming back to the present situation, it's still not clear with any direction, as we have reached the next time level, which is 6th. So from 24th to 17th, 31st is now past, 6th is the present one, that is tomorrow, Monday. So 6th high and low, we have to track it just like the way we were tracking 31st high and low. The next date is 10th, means from 6th, after 6th high low is printed on the charts, then we need to wait till 10th. Now till 10th, what should be our area of concern? So now 6th, wherever it opens, that high low, if it stays inside 31st, again the music will continue and it will run the choppy moves. By any chance, if 31st low is taken on 6th, and if 6th low is somewhere here, and if we break that low, and if we continue to stay below that, and if we break this support, then we might see a probability of testing these levels. If that does not happen, if 6th low is also same as 31st low, and if 6th low is survived again after 6th, I mean 7th, till the time 6th low does not break, it will take it as support and it might go back till 31st high or the 6th high, whatever is there. If this 31st and 6th high is broken, and if it sustains above that date, we might test these levels, which is 16,860. This is as per time cycles. Now let's check the probability with respect to GAN geometry, price and time squaring. So let's zoom this. With respect to GAN geometry, the price zone, which is with the influence of time, are 16,673 and 16,782. So it is nothing but 16,700 and 16,800 approximately, and the lower one is 16,500 and 16,400. So how did we get this zone? Observe, this is 45 degrees, which is coming from the previous top, previous top, previous top, and these two black lines, which is coming from 2020 low. Now wherever they are intersecting, they are creating price levels. Now this intersection created this level, and this intersection, which is going upwards and hitting this 45, is creating another time level. So this is your time and price zone. This is not a price time squaring zone, it is a time based price levels. Likewise, we have this high, this price and this price, which is from this intersection and this intersection, which is 16,500 and 16,400. So now the entire week we were trading inside this range. We were unable to break this range or this range. So this was one of the reason which I mentioned. If we short, it might not work till the time this is not taken. Okay. So now the most important is based on price. Unless we break these two zones, we may stay in the same range until next time, which is 10th, or it could be 16th, 17th also. Now if time favors and if this range breaks, we might test higher levels, which is 17,000 to 17,200 levels. And if this range breaks, then we may touch 16,200 to 16,000 levels. So all this happens depending on what time does in the coming week. So for now, for the immediate situation, we are inside this price range. So at extremes, you can look for shorts. At extreme bottoms, any reversal, you can go for long. Keep track of this 31st low and 31st high along with this 5th. Right? Now, by any chance, by 10th or 16th, if we reach this, then we might uh, touch this 24th price levels, which might offer good support because of this 45 degrees and also the past time and price. Now, if you want, you can take the screenshot of these price levels for the reference for next week. Okay. Now, if you want to get the direction of the market, we need to have clear view, or we have to have some information of what's happening on the higher time frame. Now, what's happening with monthly time cycle is also important, and we should also know why is it so volatile. See, as I said, when you have too many highs and lows, and when you have too many 45-degree intersection, price will be under pressure and it will be highly volatile. Means you should be very careful with your position size, and you should avoid aggressive trades. And if you are taking aggressive trades, it should be at extreme highs or extreme lows, and anywhere in between you should always be avoiding aggressive trades, because if you get anywhere here, it might go up or it might go down. Okay. Now I'll share another information. See, this is your swing high, this is your swing low, and at current market price we are in the middle. In the middle, you should not be very aggressive for directional trades. You should have a lot of patience, right? So now this is about GAN geometry. Now there are so many other informations of the actual geometry which is running in the background. Now let's not get into those details. I'll just share some important things. See, as per geometry, we are in a bigger square, which is this red square, where price is stuck inside the square. Now that price has a midpoint, which is this red line, which is already marked. Now that is causing a big problem for any up move. This is the red line which is coming from the intersection of this bigger square. Along with that, we are inside another square, which is the swing high and low. Now if you observe, when you connect corners of the square, which is called as diagonal, that is also 45 degrees, this square's intersection is also here. Means these two midpoints or the price angles is blocking it very badly. Look at this Friday's high. The moment it touched this one, there was a big sell-off. Why? Because this angle is a measure of time and price going in time. So this is an important hurdle going forward. Means this line and this line is important resistance. Unless we don't break it, it is not going up. And also observe carefully, we are moving up and down of the 20-20 45 degrees. So it will remain volatile. So you should be ready and stay alert for any big moves, for a breakout or a breakdown. So the probability of a big break is also possible. Probability of a big sell-off is also possible because we are in the middle of the price curve. So in the middle, you should be conservative and you should have patience. Now, in order to know whether it will be a positive move or a negative move, we should see what the price action and the market emotions are already on the charts. So now let's check what is happening with the price charts. So this is a monthly chart of Nifty, and to understand this, let's also understand what time cycle does on annual time cycles or monthly time cycles. See, annual time cycles are January till March, means January to March is one time cycle and March to May is another cycle, which is second cycle, and from May to August will be third cycle. Now just like dates, monthly high and low will be important based on time cycles. So January high and January low is important, and this high and this low, if it does not sustain, if we trade below January low, we might sell off. That is what happened in February and March. We opened here, we made a low and went back and closed inside January. Now between January and March, this is the high and this is the low of this time cycle, and when May low came near March low, we had a pullback which was also 45 degrees from geometry. So for 2022, the range will be January high and March low. And if you are a supply demand trader, we are in a demand zone on monthly. And also we have some supplies getting formed here, which is this one, wide one. So this is a demand zone, this is a supply zone if you are a supply demand trader and if you understand that. Now coming back to the present situation, now how do we determine whether it will be positive or negative? So simple, January high is this one and January low is this one. So now what is happening? It is struggling between the low and the high of May. Now till the time we trade, we stay below January low, it is negative, and till the time we don't get below this March open, it will be neutral. So unless we don't trade below March open, it will be neutral, and the moment we trade below this, we might slip off. So what you have to do is, at current market price, you need to track this high and this low, and this is the open price and this is the close price, and based on this, what you are reading, the sentiment is weak. It is not given up, but it is weak, means bulls are not confident enough. Now if you compare it with the high and the low, we are almost at middle, means this can trigger a big up move, this can trigger a big down move till here. So we need to be alert all the time. Now what is the price? See, this close price is 16,584, so you should keep track of 16,584. If we stay below this, we might see some sell off till the lower levels. If we stay above this, we might range inside this till the time we don't break this high, or till the time we don't get inside this January low. This will remain inside this range, and if we cross this January low, we might go towards May high, which is 17,126 or 17,132. If that breaks, we will touch March levels. For now, this is how you need to look at. So at current market price, it's not a clear sell or a buy. So whenever it comes up here, try for an aggressive shot. If there is any rejection, here, wait for 1 or 2 days. If it is really a sell off or it is trying to reverse and move up, So always try to short at the higher prices so that your risk is very small, and always try to buy at lower prices to restrict your risk to the least possible. Means you should look for high probability trades. Now there are some levels which I wanted to share for intraday. So let's check that. So these are the intraday levels for Monday. So what are the probabilities? The probabilities are 16,584 is your close price, and these are all your next week's vibration levels. Okay, so take the screenshot of this and keep it. And now let's see what we may expect on Monday. So Monday, if there is a gap up or a gap down, things will change. Now first scenario, if it opens at the same level, we will be at a support area. We might see a quick up move, and near these levels where this resistance are there, we might see a down move again. So if we stay inside this range, Monday it will be range bound. If we stay below this, then we might touch this level or this level, and if this breaks, we will be entering back into this previous consolidation. Earlier we were trading inside this sideways move from this range to this range, and if we break this, we might slowly get down below these levels. Okay, now if there is directly a gap up, if there is a gap up, again this will be an important resistance, and we might see sell off immediately after the open. Now if there is a gap down somewhere here, we might try to get back to this level, and then we might sell off. So these are the probabilities. Now these probabilities are not real, it is based on assumption. Now wherever it opens, follow me on Telegram. I'll share my best views for the intraday. So wherever it opens, whatever the situation, these are the only levels where price will react, and you should always look for any intraday opportunities only at these levels. Anywhere in between, if you plan any trades based on your indicators, favorite indicators, 100% you will have stop loss. That is my view. Okay, I hope you all followed my view, and I hope you liked it. If you like it, please share and like and subscribe and enable notification bell. And I wish you the best trades ahead during the week, and see you on Monday. Follow me on Telegram, and link is shared in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.